here we'll be right clicking here and create new scene. Here. Okay. Camera and light and camera and light. Okay. And what we do that we can open this. So if you create new scene, then main camera and light, directional light will be always there by default.
Oh.
This screen of this, like main camera and directional light.
Oh.
Like we discussed earlier also, like main camera is for whatever we see in our world view inside our game, that will be shown by this main camera. And directional, any light is there, directional light, but other lights are also there. So that will be used to focus light on the screen of the body. Okay, so first we'll see the main camera.
So your voice is too low, sir.
Voice is low. Just a moment. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. But okay.
First, voice is low. I think it is fine. Okay, just a moment. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you'll see here main camera. Okay. Or first we will see the lights here. So there are different. First we'll delete this light, and we'll add another light. And there are different types of lights. So we'll start with point light. Point light. So how it will look? We'll see with one example, like some cube we will be adding. So here we can see, if you click on game object point light, there is transform will be there, transform component on right side in inspector window. Then light component is there. Okay. So here type is point. Here we can select any other type of light, like directional spot or another type of light. Then we have selected here point light. Then range. Range means how long, at up to which distance it can focus that particular light. Okay, controls how far the light is emitted from the center of the object. Then color, like you can have some yellow colored light, like sun is, if you want to show the sun, then you can select the yellow color, or whatever color will be selecting, that will be emitted by that light. Then mode is there. So some properties we will not discuss in detail. If you hover on this particular property, it will give some details about that. But some that are not that much important. You can keep it as default. Okay. Then intensity, how much should the intensity, brightness of that particular light. And this also is not that much important. Okay, so the main important properties are type, range, color, and intensity. So those will be, we'll see that. So here we have selected point light. Here we'll be adding one plane. In hierarchy window, we'll right click and we'll add 3D object and plane. Right click in hierarchy window, select 3D object and plane. Okay. Now it will not be shown here because it is like flat. It is flat on XZ axis. XZ plane it is there. Okay, so it will not be seen in the game view. So first you have to reach like camera is here, na? Camera is here. Okay, so main camera will be having component 0, 1, -10. So we have to make other objects at point 0, 0, 0, XYZ 0. Then we will be able to see. Okay, like this we will be able to see. So whatever objects we are adding will be having the main camera transform component default value will be having, and whatever components game objects will be adding here. So those game objects should be having the value transform value 0, 0, 0. Then we will be able to see by default in game view. So point light is there. Point light, if you just click on game object point light, there is transform, and right to this there are 3 dots. Okay, so you have to click on these 3 dots and reset. Okay, so whatever position rotation will be there, that will be make equal to 0, 0, 0, and scale will be equal to 1, 1, 1. If you reset, plane also will be doing like that. It is already there. Now what we'll do, we'll rotate this plane on x-axis by this is x-axis. Just a moment. On x-axis, we'll be rotating it by 90 degrees. So if you just rotate it here, okay, you can rotate like this. So we'll make it -90. Okay. Now we'll add 2 cubes here. 3D object cube. It is not visible here. See here, some portion is there. So we'll make that come outside of that plane. See here, if you see in scene view, it can be shown like this. It is there, cube is there. In scene view, you can see that cube is there. So we'll take it out like this, and we'll game view, you can see it here. We'll make it little left. We'll add another cube. Now, if you want to add another cube at the same place, same position, what you have to do? You have to right click on cube, right click on cube game object, and duplicate. Duplicate. So same cube will be spawned on that particular scene view. Now we can take this cube, second cube, to right position like this. by using this move tool. And on x-axis, we have just moved this particular game object. Now, if you see in game view, you can see here two cubes we are able to see.
Yes, sir.
Now, what we'll do, we will change the position of this point light. Okay, we will select this point light. Now you can see our view is game view. We are seeing in the game view. This is scene view. This is game view. This is scene view. Okay. There are two cubes in one plane, and this is game view. Okay. Now in scene view, you can see camera is where? Camera is here. So you are able to see from here. You can see here move tool is there, and here cube is there. This is camera. This is camera. Now camera is watching from this side like this. So whatever camera is watching, that is nothing but our eye, user's eye. So that will be shown in game view. Now here what we'll do, we'll select this point light and we'll move this point light by some position, by some value. We'll make it Z will change to some other value. We are making, see here, it is coming outside. Minus Z means it is coming towards camera. Minus value means it is coming towards camera. And plus Z means it is going away from camera. So we are making this Z minus. So that's why it is coming outside of camera. This is point light. You can change the position of this point light and you can see like this. Okay, so this is point light. Point light means the light will be emitted in all directions in spherically, like it will be emitted in all directions. Another light is there. This point light is adjusted, like understood.
Sorry, sir.
Point light is understood.
Point light. Or
This
small
point light. Point light we have added na, here. Point light game object. So did you understood this?
What is the purpose of this, sir?
Purpose of this means if you just delete this point light or deselect this point light, this our whatever game objects are there, like cube is there, so that will not be visible properly. Like if just take a general case, like we are walking in night, and if light is not there, so we will not be able to see anything, isn't it? Similarly, here we have to like now this on background of this plane, there is some sky is there. Now if we make this select main camera and make this skybox to solid color and make this solid color to that. If you make this solid color and make this black, now still this plane is visible, but this if you make this plane, just a moment. Now shader is there, that's why it is showing something. But if we are traveling in night and if there is nothing light, then we're not going to be able to see that. Now here also, if two cubes are there, we are not able to see those.
Two
Okay.
cubes. Okay.
Two cubes are there, we are not able to see. And if you add light, then you will be able to see some shining surface on some game objects. So for that, we'll be using this. Means we have to make this game view as a real world view. So for that we are adding. Now if you add point light here, see here, we have
Point
added
light.
point light. So we can add some like if any room is there in the real world. So if you are just simulating that in game view, so in the room bulb will be there, okay? Bulb will be there or any light will be there. So that can be done by using this point light or any other light here. Now see here, we are just deleting this point light again, and deleting means we are deselecting this point light. Now we'll add another light, that is directional light. Okay, so this directional light will be focusing, like it will be directional, like some rays will be focusing on particular surface. Point light will be, it will be focusing in all direction from that particular point, and this will be directional, will be focusing on particular surface only, position only. So you can see here position transform of this particular directional light. It is, we can make this 0 0 0, but that would be inside that plane. Now if you see in game view, there is, you can see here, okay. Now if you make this angle y or x if you change, then its value will change, means focus will be changing. Okay. Now the purpose of different lights for point light will be like a bulb we can use. Like in a room, in real room, if there is any bulb, so we can show that in game view as a bulb. Directional light will be using like a sun. Like if you want to simulate sun in our this game view, then we'll be using directional light. Okay, so we are just focusing on this cube and plane, but if you are focusing on terrain or some hill area, then you can use the directional light as a sun source. So here, now if you want to change the color of this particular light, like if you are taking point light and if you want to change the color, then you have to select point light, and color we can change from here. Like red color you can add, any color whatever you want, we can add here. Okay,
Okay.
so any color you can add here. Also intensity we can range you can change. Range if you increase, it will have more light emitting. Okay, intensity also you can change. Intensity if you increase, it will show more intensity. Similarly for directional light. There is another light, spotlight. Spotlight is also similar to our directional light, like it will spot on particular area, only particular area, like circle area. Like if you rotate this, I will rotate this on uh, x-axis. So it will show the circular, whatever focusing area is there, like this it will show. This is spotlight. Uh, Jyoti, 2 minutes, huh?
Yes.
हाँ ज्योति मैम.
Yes.
So spotlight you can show like this, like particular area, this circle you can show like this. We can again increase the range also. Okay, and intensity also. Like this you can show. If you want to show on cube, like this you can show. So these are the different lights that we can show.
Oh,
These are about lights. Then we'll see the camera. Okay, so as we discussed, like cameras are like whatever we see in game that will be shown by the camera. Okay, so here we'll first
here in
uh,
hierarchy there would be directional light, no?
directional like if you want to add directional like
Direct-
what was the question?
In camera and directional light will be there, no?
Huh. So this was sample scene, but I deleted the directional light. We can add that if we want. I deleted the directional light. We can delete camera or directional light. Anything you can, everything we can delete. Okay, so here main camera properties we will see. So here means every scene will have one camera, main camera. Then only you will be able to see anything on this particular game. Then these clear flags means uh, other than game object, whatever we see, what should it be? That will be defined by this clear flag. Means now here plane and two cubes are there, but behind this nothing is there. No game object is there. So when no game object is there, so what should we show? That will be shown by these clear flags. Now here we are showing the solid color here. So that's why that black color is appearing at the back. You can change the color also here, background color. Another options are there, like skybox we can show. Like this we can show skybox. If you are working in 3D world, then we can show the skybox. Some other are there, so you can use this. Then culling mask. Now here will see the concept of layers. Layers that this culling mask depend upon layers. So there are different layers like default, transparent effects, ignore, recast, water, and UI. So culling marks means what layers, which layers it will show, which layers it will show. Okay. So here you can see at the top, every game object, like if you select plane or cube, cube one, so every game object is having layer here. If you just see at the top of transform, there is layer. So here there are different layers, transparent effects, ignore, recast, water, UI. So if we want to hide something, so that can be done by using here main camera, and here we can hide that particular thing. Like if you deselect water, so whatever game objects that are having the layer water, that will be hidden. Now we have selected uh, all these layers have to be visible. That's why we are able to see everything here in game view. So you can select any cube and you can change the layer here, like UI here. Okay, we have selected cube and made the layer equal to the UI. Now, if I change this culling mask and deselect this UI, see here on left hand side, this cube has disappeared. Again, we will select everything. Did you like understand this? I will tell you
Yes, sir.
again.
Yeah, but there is two cubes, no? Only
Ha,
one got.
because this cube is having the layer default. Now, if I select both the cubes, like this upper cube, if I select upper cube, if I select, now we are able to see both the cubes. Huh.
Yes, sir.
Now upper cube if we select and make this layer UI. Okay, we have made the layer UI. Now this lower cube we will select and make the layer as UI again here. Okay, both the cubes are having layer UI. Now in main camera, we will select main camera and culling mask will be making everything is there. So we will make UI disabled. Means you should hide these UI layers. So we will just select this, deselect it, then it will hide these cubes. So in when game is playing, if you want to hide some game objects from our main camera, that can be done by using this layer concept. Again, we'll make this cube equal to default, cube default, and main camera to culling mask to everything. Mean it will show see everything. Now there is projection means perspective means it will show like angular type of thing. Perspective. Orthographic means it will show the straight thing. Like here, if you see, we are not able to see cubes now because it is focusing straight. And if you select here perspective, then it will show like this angular type of thing. Okay, you can see here if you hover here how the camera renders perspective. Choose perspective to render objects with perspective, and choose orthographic to render objects uniformly. Like it will see the straight. Okay, this is for projection. Now uh, field of view axis means if you want to see more by using this camera, then you can do this by using field of view. It is in degrees. Like in degrees, you can see it will be from 0 to 180 degrees. 0 to 180 degrees like this. How much degrees you want to see? And here field of view axis is vertical. Okay. Then some other things are there like clipping planes, like
Come this projection.
projections means perspective means we'll see the things like uh, like angular we'll see. Like straight if you see straight means orthographic. Yes, you can see the edges here, left edge of this cube. But if you are focusing straight, then you will not be able to see the edges of that cube. These two edges you will not be able to see. That is perspective and orthography. Yes, if we just consider we are seeing this cube from here, like center,
Okay.
focusing from this center. So we will not able to see the other edges of other four edges, any of the four edges. Only that square will be able to see this in front of us, whatever square of the cube is there, that we will be able to see. That is orthography. Perspective means the camera will be somewhere here, and from here we'll see everything. So normally we use perspective. Huh. Then clipping planes are there, like how much we should be able to see. Like uh, below this point 3 distance, we will not be able to see by using this camera. Point 3 distance. This near point 3 means this is point 3 means unit. Point 3 unit. And 1000 means away from 1000 unit will not be able to see by this camera. Okay. Then viewport rate. So here where our camera should be, like if you select here game view, and if you select here, this value can be x and y can be 0 to 1. Okay, so we will take this 0.5. So our center of this camera will be at the half of this upper half, like it will be focusing from here. And by using this, we can add two game views in this particular game. Like one camera will be focusing this, and we can add another camera. We can have more than one camera in our game. We will add another camera. Camera. Huh. See here. So we don't have to add other things, audio listener, all these things. And here what we'll do in game view, minus 0.5. Okay. This main camera will show the upper part, this one, because we have selected this 0.5. And this another camera will show the lower part. Okay, so we have selected here minus 0.5. Again, if you select camera and deselect this camera, then it will show only one camera. Another will be just blank. Okay, like this can go here. So other things we'll see later, like some other things are there. So those are not like some complex things are there. If you go through those, you will forget whatever you have studied this. So whatever is required and simple, we are going through that, and we'll go the complex things later. Okay. So I think you have got any question in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Main camera, skybox, solid color you can check. Select here. Any color you can select.
This black colors we can say any images, sir, or like any
Here,
that background.
I'm not sure. I will check that. I think, not images, but here skybox here, na? So you can change this skybox to some other value. I think there is option. Game option. Here there is option. See here,
Okay.
Windows, then rendering and lighting.
Okay.
So you can select here, but here we have to here in real environment,
Real.
environment you have to select, and here we can select the material. Now you have to create that material, then only you able to see. So some materials are available on net also, Unity Asset Store, so you can select that.